Hey guys, this is Jules. I went ahead and clipped out where we went over the Floyd's cannabis shop camera footage when it comes to the case that we went over in last night's live about the information that I received about Xana's DoorDash receipt info. I will have a link to that live down in the description box, but just keep in mind that I am getting together a very much shorter version of the information clipped from that live so that it is more easily digestible, because it's a very long live where we talked about a lot of things, a lot more inconsistencies and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and play the clips here for the Floyd's cannabis shop camera footage, and I will be back at the end. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. You guys remember Ann Taylor claiming in court that the car on the Floyd cannabis shop camera was like definitively not Bryan Kohberger's. And this was before the 7-minute difference when it comes to what the car was doing coming out of Pullman. Because when I show you this footage, you're going to probably question why she said that so early on. Because when I tell you you can't see shit and everything on this camera looks like little pea ants crawling around, you're going to really question what she meant by that and how she knew that. Because there's no way you can tell what the frick this is. And again, she said this in Latah County a good year and a half before the information came out, and we argued, or they argued the 7 minutes in court when it came to the information from Nick Mallitz. You guys remember? There are two, and they are mere seconds. They are mere seconds. So I don't know again who requested this, because I asked Connor and he said it was not him. Because if this was Connor, I would have given it to him like I gave him Ava and Kai's stuff. There's also no audio. 3:02 a.m. Okay. How many seconds is this thing? This is an 18-second video. All right, you ready? Headlight. This is as close as it's going to get. And bam. Y'all saw that? Let me take my face off to make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see what you can't see one more time. And then we'll go to the next one. See right there at that very end, you can barely see a car. Barely see a freaking car. Okay, y'all ready for this next one? This one is 17 seconds. Look how foggy this thing is. Ready? One time with my face and one time without my face. You won't see the shape of the vehicle until it gets about right here. Look how tiny that is. All right, now I'm going to take my face off. About right here, you can see it. And then guardrail. That right there, that is the last frame that you have before the guardrail on the highway blocks the entire freaking car. It blocks the whole car. Watch as it gets darker because it goes in front of a guardrail. How are you supposed to tell what the frick that is? It is so far away. And the mere second that it gets into view where a light hits it to be able to tell that it's a white car, it starts going by a guardrail and it blocks the entire view of it. Okay, you guys, let me know what you guys are thinking about how this camera footage has this car so far away. It's so tiny. Actually, when it gets into view, how it goes behind the guardrail, I just don't know what this was supposed to prove. Especially now when we go back into what they were going to show at trial, all of the timestamps for the security cameras in the WSU area and everything from Pullman has been literally removed from all of the addresses where they were claiming that they saw SV1. They want us to believe that the very first sighting they were going to use in court was the vehicle in Indian Hills, already in Moscow on the opposite side of Highway 95 South, before they say the car went across the highway and then into the neighborhood and did all the things. They're just magically poofing him into Moscow and not allowing any lead up. There was no lead up going to be allowed at trial. This camera footage is part of that lead up. And again, like I mentioned in the live, Ann Taylor mentioned this in court a long, long time ago about how she knew this was not Bryan Kohberger's car. So I don't know how she definitively knew that so early on in the case, when at this point she was still arguing timing advanced records and all kinds of other things that they were not giving over. So maybe she just said that because she wholeheartedly believed that he went the other direction. And let's be so serious. The way that the cell phone service is going the other direction has already been proven by mainstream media affiliates that went out there to discuss the case. They went out to the Parkish area where the defense has sort of insinuated when it comes to where he was that night. And they have had to go all the way back into Pullman to be able to join their news show because there's no service out there, which is exactly the behavior that Bryan Kohberger's phone was showing us. And again, if you consider the 7-minute inconsistency that we learned about in 2025 when it comes to the car being in Pullman and either leaving one way or the other, you have to consider the simple fact that they don't know who this car is. They don't know who is driving this car, and they don't know what this car is. This is just a vehicle driving down the highway in an area that has over 20,000 of these vehicles. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking about this down in the comments. And as always, there is a Google Drive in the description box that will take you straight to these very small raw files so that you can have them yourself. If you're a creator, you can download them, you can do a reaction to them, do whatever you've got to do. Y'all, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. Side note, don't forget I also have a second channel. The link to my newest video, which is this one right here, will also be down in the description box. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.